Well, it had to happen once at least, right? I forgot to hit record on my GoPro, so you missed the ride here. I'm staying at this RV park. I'll put the name somewhere down here, near Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And it's horribly cold today, and it's kind of an ugly day, so I think I'm gonna do all the touring, or most of the touring of Muscle Shoals and Florence and this area tomorrow. It's particularly cold when you get that breeze, you know, like ooh, it goes into your bones. Very nice folks here at the RV park. Full hookups, very clean, and I got a bunch of literature from the office, you know. Alabama Music Hall of Fame and 100 dishes to eat in Alabama. And of course, here we have nearby the Natchez Trace Parkway, so I might do a little drive on that. The Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Sheffield, Tiscumbia. I don't know, more music. This is a very music town, and there's that movie, Muscle Shoals, that I haven't watched, but they have free Wi-Fi, so maybe tonight I can watch it and visit the sites tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, this is my view. Of course, one of those RV parks where your view is the sewer hose of your neighbor, but it is what it is. By the way, relatively cheap with my Good Sam membership, full hookups, back in for $30 even. That's what I paid.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Well, good morning. It is 25 degrees and it feels like 18. When the heck did I teleport to Minnesota? This is supposed to be the South. Look at my car. It is all full of ice. Okay, we're gonna wait until it thaws a little to go out.
Okay, Northerners, laugh all you want, but this South Florida man is finding this very amusing. Not to mention unusual.
Well, according to the car, it's 27 degrees. But we're starting to defrost here, so let's check out the Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals here is the site of two great recording studios dating back to the 1960s. The first one was Fame, and after 1969, the Muscle Shoals Studio, actually founded by Fame's original rhythm section, nicknamed the Swampers. Here we are, Fame, but they are not open yet, so let's go across the bridge into the town of Florence. It is remarkable how much music actually came out of this little town in this quiet corner of Alabama. Some say it came from the incredible talent of the Swampers and Fame's founder Rick Hall. Others point to the Cherokee belief that a muse lived in the Tennessee River and sang to them. They even called it Unashai, the singing river. In any case, lots of great music has come out of this unlikely place, as we'll soon find out. Let's go back to Muscle Shoals. Fame Studios should be open by now.
Apparently there's only one tour at 9 a.m. So you know, it would have been cool to show you guys, but if they don't allow video, it kind of defeats the purpose of being here. So I'm gonna go to the other studio and then we'll go somewhere else. So yeah, only 2 tours offered at this other place. There's the Muscle Shoals Studios.
Your destination is on the left.
Oh, I think the entrance was over there.
Well, yeah, it is obviously a working studio and they do have a session later today, so they are closing at 3. Hello? Anybody home? I guess the main entrance is through the front. Can you believe they left that back door open? Someone could have gone in and stolen something. I mean, back in Miami that wouldn't fly. But anyways, let's check out this Airstream here. Nothing to see. Of course, they didn't allow me to video inside, but I made this nifty slideshow for you guys. This here is the lobby area, which is, by the way, all reconstructed, the whole studio. The studio remained closed for over 10 years, and it was recently reopened as a tourist attraction and a working studio as well. This is apparently an area where the musicians used to hang out and watch movies on this old U-matic machine.
And so the sound was horrible, and so they had to insulate it to get the sound better. So being 4 young men in their 20s, they went to the local fabric store and bought all the burlap they could find and put every batting and everything up there and insulated the ceiling. And then they went to the utility department, and these styrofoam things are what your meter comes packed in. So those were free, so they were tickled to death. This is all exactly like it was in 1969, same colors, same carpet. This is it, because they had lots of pictures. David made tons of pictures. Dick Cooper from the Times Day.
And here's the toilet, the famous toilet where Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones composed Wild Horses. Many famous hits were played on this very piano.
Here, when the guys first opened, there was no sign on the front of the building. And when Cher released her album, she had her art department do a sign because she wanted it to be where she recorded her first solo album. So when the guys saw the sign on the album, they called and asked her, could they use it? And she said, sure. So that's how we got our 3614 Jackson Highway sign. Yeah, thanks to Cher.
Well, that was a cool tour here of the Muscle Shoals sound studio. There's lots of anecdotes, and they mentioned the Fame Studio as well, which I didn't know it stands for Florence, Alabama Music Enterprise, if memory serves. A lot of information. I try to take some notes, but anyways, let's go over the bridge again now towards Florence and check out the town.
The guide at the studio recommended Gun Runner's Hotel as a landmark to visit here in town, and I think this is it.
It's supposed to be a famous boutique hotel here, the Gun Runners.
I haven't found the hotel, but I found this very nice coffee shop.
Oh, that was a really good latte, for sure.
I'm still looking for the aforementioned hotel lobby. I mean, this should be it, but it's not.
Well, that was a cool coffee shop. The lady at the museum described it as a hotel, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know.
Okay, I give up. The other major tourist attraction here seems to be an old railroad bridge, so let's do that. Beautiful views of the Tennessee River from here. And here's looking towards Florence on the other bank of the river. Alright, let's go under the bridge. There's a pedestrian trail down there. According to the sign, the old railroad bridge dates back to 1840. Alright, let's do it. I can use the exercise.
Made it to the end. Almost almost frozen to death here, but made it to the end. Check that out. It's the underwear tree. Well, there are shoes too.
I wonder, would this be considered art?
Happy Mardi Gras. Well, it's very cold out here. Let's see what my phone says. In Florence, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 27. And it certainly does. There's a little bit of wind chill. And, oh boy. My nose. I can't feel my nose. Alright, that was pretty cool. The old railroad bridge. And they even have a mural here.
Next, we are going to the Wichahpi Commemorative Stone Wall. And here we are. But it is private property, so let me find parking outside. This wall, 30 years in the making, is a work of love by Tom Hendricks in memory of his great-great-grandmother's journey. Her journey began when she and her sister were sent to the Indian Territory of Oklahoma as part of the removal of native people from the southeast. Her tribe called the Tennessee River the Singing River, because they believed a woman who lived in the river sang to them. When she arrived in Oklahoma, she said that the rivers didn't sing to her, and after spending one winter there, she made the perilous trek home to the Singing River. As things shall pass, only the stones will remain. And here they are, to honor her journey. We're gonna go for a ride on the Natchez Trace Parkway, one of the most famous scenic drives in America, with 10,000 years of history. And it is part of the National Park Service, which means no drone flying. The sunken trace. The Natchez Trace has been a historic travel corridor used by American Indians, Kentucks, European settlers, slave traders, soldiers, and future presidents. It goes from Natchez, Mississippi to Nashville, Tennessee. And today, we're just gonna do a very small section here where it goes through the northwestern corner of Alabama. What do you say we do a quick hike here, stretch our legs? This is called Rock Springs Trail. Rock Spring Trail.
Should have brought my hiking shoes.
Have you noticed I always forget to bring my hiking shoes?
There's a little creek.
Okay, this is gonna be a lot easier than High Shoals Falls.
Okay. Compared to the other day, this is nothing. Well, go back.
Yeah, not much of a hike, was it? I'm just gonna head back. In any case, it was a nice break from driving. Let's get back to the car. We are about to cross the longest bridge on the Natchez Trace, which spans the Tennessee River. And I thought I was going to be able to make it all the way to Mississippi today, but time's running out.
Here we are. Here's a view of the bridge.
It is called Colbert Ferry Park. Very nice indeed.
Well, I was gonna continue, but time's up. You know, time flies on the Natchez Parkway, and yeah, I have to get back. Unfortunately, this time of the year, it gets dark at 4:30 p.m. You know, and it's 3:10.
Head north toward Mount Hester Road, Sutton Hill Road. Continue on Natchez Trace Parkway for 7 miles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna fly the drone once, and then I'm gonna make me some late lunch, early dinner.
Check it out, they have a campground back here at McFarland Park in Florence. This would have been much nicer, but live to learn. And that's all for today. On the next video, we'll visit Selma, Alabama, and the state capital, Montgomery.